Today, I wanted to discuss if Twilight Masquerade booster boxes are overpriced or are they actually correctly priced. I see a lot of talk online saying that Twilight Masquerade is being overhyped, is being price manipulated with, and basically that the boxes are just overpriced and the cards are overpriced and all this stuff. But I decided today to look into it further and actually look at the sales data of all the other Scarlet and Violet sets, the booster boxes, the elite trainer boxes for the specialty sets, and see if there's an actual valid reason why Twilight Masquerade is getting so expensive, because booster boxes now are like $130 to $140, and for a set that's just 3 months old, especially in the Scarlet and Violet era, this is kind of unheard of. But I wanted to look at the data, especially look at the sales on TCG Player from the past 3 months to see how much of each product has been selling and compare it to Twilight Masquerade, because you're going to see there's a drastic difference with all these other sets versus Twilight Masquerade. So I know TCG Player isn't the only marketplace to sell Pokemon product, but I'm trying to get a consistent number here, so I'm just using one marketplace. Plus, these are all relatively new sets, so all the sales that are going through TCG Player with between all of these Scarlet and Violet sets should be pretty, it should be around the same because these are all pretty new sets. So the sales data should be pretty accurate to compare to each other. So this is what I'm using. It's the easiest to use and it will prove my point of what I'm trying to say. So first here, let's look at Scarlet and Violet base booster boxes. So these booster boxes are still not doing that much. Like they're still in the low 90s. And you gotta remember, the MSRP in Scarlet and Violet changed to like $161. It's not $143 anymore. So wholesale price is around this price at around low 90s. Like that's around wholesale. So seeing this box is still at this price, this set obviously, as of right now, is not doing very well. You can see also with the sales data the last 3 months, only 294 have sold. That's really not a lot. Yes, this is the oldest set, and obviously it's a base set, so we didn't really expect it to have a lot of sales. But you can see here, this is how much it's sold in the past 3 months. Now let's look at Paldea Evolved. This is one of the other booster boxes in the Scarlet and Violet era that has sold a good amount, and all the stock and stuff is dwindling, and now the booster box is up to $135. So you can see in the past 3 months, even this being only the second set release, so it is a little bit older, still a good amount have sold in the past 3 months, even more than Scarlet and Violet base. Obviously, 524 have sold. So you can see that even this box at this price is still pretty popular and is still selling. Now let's look at Obsidian Flames. So Obsidian Flames recently, as you can see here, has gone up actually a decent amount. You can see in the past 3 months, this has sold 424 booster boxes. So in the middle between Paldea Evolved and Scarlet and Violet base. Still not an extreme amount, but for Obsidian Flames and what it is, that's actually not that bad. Next here, look at Paradox Rift. You can see here about the same amount have sold compared to Obsidian Flames, around 414. So comparing them, it's pretty similar. Paradox Rift is actually cheaper than Obsidian Flames, but I really truly believe the only reason why this is going up is because the competitive cards in the set. At least that's what I've heard. So I think that's really the only reason why these are actually getting more expensive. Because other than that, Obsidian Flames doesn't really have any expensive cards. Like Paradox Rift has a lot more expensive cards in them. But I think it has to just do with supply. So yeah, they're around the same amount of sales. Temporal Forces. Now this one is just before Twilight Masquerade. And you see here, this is the highest out of all the ones I've showed you so far at 642 booster boxes sold in the last 3 months, which honestly is not so surprising because it is newer than all these other sets, and Temporal Forces is a very good set. But now, going on to Twilight Masquerade. So we all know this box is expensive, right? Like 130, 140 bucks. But let's scroll down and see how much have actually sold. 2,496. Now I know this is the newest main set, I know that, but 2,496 booster boxes in the past 3 months only on TCG Player. Now, if this doesn't show you the demand for this set, I don't know what does. You can say this set is overhyped or whatever. Look how many booster boxes are selling. So just this number alone, I don't think this booster box is being overhyped or whatever. People are buying these boxes, and not all these people are just buying to hold on to. People are ripping these packs because the Greninja card is what, 300 bucks? So, it's not surprising to see this box. If you look at this number right here compared to all the other booster boxes, it's not surprising this booster box is going up so much in price. Like, a lot of people are buying these boxes. And going to the card list, I want to show you guys the Greninja. So the Greninja card, you can see, I don't know why this graph is all messed up, but let's just go to the data here. Look how many of this card sells. look at the sales deal, look at the price, look how many sell. Like, this is a very expensive card, and for this many to sell, like, every single day, there's like what, like 5 to 10 being sold here, like almost 5 to 10 being sold almost every day. Like, that's pretty insane. It shows that there's just a lot of demand for the set. And even if you go further and look at all these other cards, like, these cards are selling. Like, it's not like, these cards are being like, just stagnant and no one's buying them. Like, people are buying these cards. So to say that this set and this booster box is overpriced, I feel like that's not really true. When you look at the data, people are buying the cards from this set, people are buying the booster boxes. Look how many have sold. Now, the last thing I wanted to show you guys, just to prove my point even further, 151. We all know 151 is really popular. I know it's getting a little bit more expensive because no reprints and all that, but 151 being as popular as it is, and the entry point is lower than Twilight Masquerade. I know comparatively Elite Trainer boxes, these are pretty expensive for what it is because compared to retail, which is probably around like $55, these are now at $73, so it's $20 more. Percentage wise, it is more than Twilight Masquerade, or around the same. But look at the sales data. Even it's selling a lot less than Twilight Masquerade, and 151 is a very popular set. Now, even going further, maybe I should do this after, but Paldean Fates, I mean, this one's, not surprisingly, less than 151. I just want to show you this to include all the sets, but Paldean Fates isn't selling that much, but still, this is not a small amount. This is doing all right for what it is. But even the newest set, it's a specialty set. Yes, it's an Elite Trainer box. 1,000 have sold, which is actually kind of surprising because I personally don't really like Shrouded Fable, but I know there's a good amount of expensive cards in there, and I know there is a following for the set. A lot of people do like it. But even still, out of all this, it's even the newest release. Twilight Masquerade is so much higher up there than even the newest set. So people that are saying Twilight Masquerade is overpriced and overhyped or whatever it is, when you look at the data, I mean, it shows that this is a very popular box. Now, the question is though, do you buy this box as it is right now at $131? Now, like I said, you got to remember that MSRP has increased. It's not $143 anymore. It's $161 MSRP. The wholesale prices have gone up, so you're going to be paying more. So at $131, it's still technically not a bad pickup. I mean, it's still $30 away from MSRP. However, this set is only 3 months old, so reprints and stuff can come in the future. Now, Scarlet and Violet has been very weird with reprints. Like, a lot of these sets that probably should have been reprinted already because of the prices and all this stuff hasn't really happened. Like Paldea Evolved, like, where's the reprint for that? 151, there's a lot of talk about it. Where's that reprint? So Twilight Masquerade is kind of the same situation. Will this keep going up, or are they going to reprint it? Like, it's just a lot of mystery and a lot of just kind of like, do you really buy into this box? Now, it's gone up how much in just like 3 months since it's been released? Like $30. And yes, long term, it's $30 isn't a huge deal. But let's say you're buying cases. If you buy one case, so that's 6 booster boxes, 6 times $30, because that's how much it's increased, $180 more per case. If you're buying multiple cases, that's a lot of money. And for this set to only be a few months old and to just jump in right now and buy, it's not risky, but it's like, there's a chance for a reprint. Now, I already have my case of these booster boxes I got before this whole spike in price. But if you don't have any Twilight Masquerade booster boxes right now and you want to buy some because you see these boxes just keep going up in price and you see how expensive these cards are, it is kind of a tough decision that I can't really recommend what to do, because 131 isn't a super expensive price, but it is only 3 months old, and reprints are kind of weird. Like, who knows when they're going to do them, how much they're going to reprint, like, no one really knows. So I can't really give you advice on if you should buy now or not, because it's kind of iffy. But just know that, wholesale prices, MSRP prices have increased. So this is not extremely expensive, but it is kind of scary because it just has increased so much within just the past few months. So that's the end of the video. Just want to show you guys how popular Twilight Masquerade is and why this price I feel like is actually justified, in my opinion. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you on the next one.